combat than reading, so that's too grand a word for it. But yes, I love to paint, and I know how to. Of course, a crusade isn't the best place for art. What I managed to draw here is, at best, sketches. I hope when this war is over, I'll be able to turn them into real paintings. Fascinating. May I see your sketches? There's nothing special in them, but if you're really interested, Social hands you a folder filled with pencil sketches. You recognize familiar fighters in some of the portraits. The cleric drew them without flattery, just as they are, but beneath the features, they seem boring and even ugly in real life. Social's hands has found inner beauty, power, and dignity. The tired faces of soldiers covered with wrinkles and scars resemble an army of angels. There are landscapes in the folders as well. At first you don't understand why these blooming hills, shady groves, and shimmering springs seem so familiar, but you have passed these places as you travel around the world. Though you saw them darkened and maimed by demonic influence, Silsul's pencil has restored them to their former beauty, which demons stole from them, and which the Crusades are fighting to return. Instead of working as a craftsman, you decide to start reading. An interesting turn of fate. Some clerics are proud of their tender hands, which have never touched anything heavier than a brush. But there's nothing ugly about hard-earned calluses. Instead, I should say that saving the world is easier with strong hands. I'm sorry these hands couldn't save the people who died in Kenabris. How do you manage to always look like you're on your way to a tea party, not a battle? When I first got here to the world wound, you know, the word terror doesn't even convey half of what I felt. The land itself here is maimed and mutilated, desecrated. But more frightening still is that what the war does to people, to their body and souls. For every knight in shining armor, there are 100 warriors whose souls are maimed with fear, suffering, and cruelty. Many have forgotten why they're here, and now know only war. When there's a break in the fighting, they drink themselves into oblivion and wallow in the mud. They're rotting alive and don't even seek help. They gave up on themselves a long time ago. Don't misunderstand me. I don't condemn them. Quite the opposite. I want to help. And to do so, I must look after myself first. Not only to treat and support them, but to remind them that there's something else besides war. There's a normal world out there, a place where blood doesn't stain the ground and people don't sleep in trenches. A place where, as you said, they occasionally have tea parties. Cleric smiles, but his eyes seem quite sad. You do so much to help others. I want you to know, whenever you need support, you can count on me. Thanks for caring. I'm glad I now have a friend like you. I used to have no one to rely on besides my goddess. A shadow crosses Solsul's face momentarily, but it's immediately replaced with an inspiring smile. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I promise I won't neglect myself. To serve others, I must have strength. What is the servant of the goddess of beauty doing in Warzone? I'm doing what the goddess destined for me, to keep our fighters safe. I'm confident in our victory, and the gods of good are on our side, so we cannot fail. But victory is not enough. I do whatever I can to help those who are holding off the forces of the abyss, so they live long enough to see victory, without losing themselves along the way. Every one of your soldiers deserves a home where people love them and are waiting for their return. When our soldiers are finally able to go home, on that day, I might earn the right to lay down my weapon forever. Thank you for telling me about yourself. Thank you for talking to me. Social, you are a really good person. I think that's one of my favorite things about this game. Just how well written all the characters are, even if I don't agree with some of them. Like, you've made it to the gnome. The gnome in, like, black armor.
My way. Shh.
Abby. Do you remember the gnome in black armor? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, anyways, he is. I was talking about it with my cousin, and I was like, I actually don't mind a lot of this, companions, and I'm like, there's only one companion that I can say that I really dislike. I was like, it's his name is Regal. And I'm just like, fuck that dude. He walks around spewing shit like he thinks he can be a better, what's it called? A better, commander than I am, but his people got fucking slaughtered and needed my help. So fuck that dude. It's time for an experiment. I hope these words inspire as much enthusiasm as they do. What is the experiment about? See, I've decided, though dared would be a better term, to address an issue which up to now I prefer to avoid due to my ignorance in this sphere. I realize it's hard to believe that I, a person, let's skip the false modesties, superior intellect, could not know something so simple. But it's never too late to fill in the gaps in one's knowledge, right? I'm talking about friendship. To be honest, at first I planned to assign the writings of this article for the encyclopedia to a co-author of some kind. But then I met you, my loyal follower, and suddenly I thought I could write it myself. Nano seems to have reached the limit of her courage and looks away. So you've never had any friends? I see no sense in them. Hold on. So you're trying to say you consider me a friend? You misunderstand me. I don't need friends. I have no desire to spend my time on them when I could spend it on new experiments and discoveries. I just want to learn more what it's like to have friends. For the encyclopedia. Nothing more. I realize that you would like to consider me your friend. Who wouldn't? I'm a scientific luminary after all, so I do apologize for that. Well, if it needs to be done, we'll do it. Let's get started. I'm glad you've agreed. Many would have considered my request too personal and refused. It's good that you're above such squeamish sentiment. Here, I've made a list. I based it on my observations of individuals around me and on my personal knowledge of the topic. Which, I have to admit, is far from comprehensive. Study it well, and we'll start as soon as we're ready. Do we have to follow this list? You're trying to say that I made it for nothing? I've developed a perfect methodology that involves all the mechanisms of friendship between two individuals. But by all means, sure, let's just abandon the list. Read the list. Point number 1. Friends smile at each other. You raise your eyebrows to Nina, who has already fixed a malevolent grin on her face, the kind that would make you soil yourself if you saw in the dark night. Respond with a brief smile. Keeping the unnatural grin on her face, Nina hisses through her tension. You call that a smile? Come on, try again. Give her a wide smile. Your eyes bore in the Nano's, and she stares right back at you, and you both grin as widely as possible. A minute passes in tense silence. Ugh. I never imagined being a friend was such an exhausting business. So what's next, let's? Point number 2. Friends gossip about their other friends. You know what? Come on, let's get to it. Who are we going to gossip about? Let's talk about Ember? Honestly, Ember, I view Ember like my child. Oh my goodness, Ember's just adorable. Excellent choice. So what do you think? I love her. She's a great companion. She's amazing. Oh, how interesting. Yesterday I saw her. She picks up a random piece of page. What's that? Eating worms. Do you have any idea who we're even talking about? No, I don't. No, I don't make a point of remembering those I traveled. That's why I prepared these universal, applicable pieces of gossip. That doesn't sound like her at all. Really? Excuse me, I'll try again. Yesterday I saw her drinking from a puddle. This is ridiculous. I fully agree. This all seems like sheer stupidity to me. But how can we learn that stupidity is stupid without doing things? We need to see the experiment through. Right, stage 2 is now complete. What's next on the list? Point number 3. Friends drink alcohol together, and then it says no longer required. Oh, right. I should have crossed that out. I wrote this, and then I checked the encyclopedia and recalled that I already conducted that experiment. And judging by the same encyclopedia, and especially by an odd stain on a particular page, it would be unwise to say the least to try to repeat it. Point number 4. Friends sometimes argue. You are uninterested and disinterested in this experiment, and you can't even tell the difference between the two words. You can kiss my ass. Not too creative, but it will do. Now we can definitely be considered friends. And on that note, I conclude the 4th part of the experiment. What's the last on the list? Point number 5. Friends sometimes copulate. Oh, yes. Take off your underwear. What? Now we're going to engage in the act of copulation exclusively for the sake of carnal pleasure, bypassing the main purpose of all copulation, which is procreation. What part of that isn't clear? Not all friends have to do that. Is that true? Are you sure? What an unexpected and interesting piece of information. I must confess, I wasn't so thrilled about this whole copulation idea from the start. It's so nice that science does not demand this sacrifice of me today. This thoroughly awkward experiment is finally concluded. I have learned what it means to be a friend, and now I can write about an article about it from the encyclopedia. I am happy that it is over, and once again convinced that friendship is the most foolish of occupations. You did it all wrong. Friendship is more than just smiling, gossiping, bickering, and sex. Is it? We've concluded all the signed actions typical for two friends. Of course, I could have compiled an extended list, which would have included joint food ingestion, senseless banter with the aim of showing each other in the least attractive light, but how would that change the situation? Do you know what I will write in the encyclopedia? Friendship is a set of primitive rituals intended to help individuals forget about their loneliness. However, I have no interest in that. I see my loneliness as a sign of my uniqueness. The one who leads the way is always alone. Now I have time to answer questions. Come on, ask. Away. Check out this mask I found. There's writing on the inside. Looks like an average mask, smells like mold, tastes like yuck. Disgusting. The eye holes are utterly unremarkable. And yet, I sense some hidden magic in this mask. I bet my encyclopedia that it must be the answer to one of the riddles of those statues in the nameless ruins. The writing on the inside looks very much like one of the answers. All we do now is find 4 such masks and bring them to the statues. You won't forget to take me with you when you head to solve the statue's riddle, will you? Better write it down somewhere. Nanino is extremely interested in visiting the nameless ruins after you find all 4 masks. I have to go. Oh, Nanino, you are such a weird character.
Hesitation is a waste of time.
I don't even think Abby's seen the weird... actually, that's probably the weirdest interaction that I've had with her. Oh, definitely. Definitely. But there was that one time where she's like, get me a bottle of alcohol. And so, got her a bunch of bottles of alcohol. And she drank. And then she's like, I'm gonna sober up now. And then just completely forgot she was drunk. And it worked. One minute she was like slurring her words and not thinking of anything. And then she's like, I'm gonna forget that I was drunk now. And she forgot she was drunk. With no side effects. That's a few questions. Thank you for your answers. You can tell me about the Hell Knights. Thank you, I don't want to know. What did he say?
Precisely.
Oh well, Regal. I don't really care if you want to talk to me or not. Motherfucker, that's not what I wanted. I want to actually move my character's portraits. I guess I'll just stick with doing this. There we go. That's a bit more acceptable.
I will not be trifled with.
Alright. Let's get on that horse. Belvis welcomes its new champion. How can I be of service? My companions also needs to meet the dire one. Forgive me, champion, but the rules are the rules. You can talk to the dire one whenever you like, but your companion cannot. However, with your permission, I can arrange a meeting for them in the arena. By meeting, I mean a fight. Is the option suitable for you? I agree. Trevor is my brother. He would never raise a hand against me. I wouldn't be so sure of that. The arena has changed him. But who knows? We certainly can't rule out the possibility of a peaceful outcome. So let's make a deal. If the dire one, I mean Trevor, really does recognize you and refuses to fight, I'll send somebody else into the arena, and the two of you can fight against your opponent together. After all, the spectators paid to see a show, and we can't disappoint them. It'd be bad for business. The show. Fine. I agree. After all I've gone through to see him, what's another fight? But if you win, you'll let him go free? We'll leave the arena together? You're trying to bankrupt me? Fine. Fortunately, I'm not in the position to argue here. Let's make a wager. Your life for your brother's freedom. Do we have a deal? Not right now. I'll be right back. Oh no, I was saving. Don't want to fuck this up. Yeah, well, I won't get that luxury in my core mode, so... Soso steps into the arena, his eyes wandering around the stands of a full clamor spectator. The faces of demons and mortals alike blur, merging into horrendous, multi-eyed monsters which roars at the top of its many lungs in an endless thirst for blood. They're chanting, "The dire, the dire." And the dire one answers their call. Oh, this is weird. I don't like this. Trevor. Brother, is that you? So raises his shield. Bears hits the shield with a sonorous clang. Sounds like one meant. He raises his blade again, but suddenly freezes. For several seconds of examining the shield, his eyes slowly track up to the face of the man holding it. Trevor lowers his weapon slowly. His disfigured fingers unclench, letting the sword fall to the ring. The gladiator collapses to his knees next like, Brother, I'm so sorry. This is weird! I don't like this! Brother, how did this happen to you? I was fighting. I want to. I want to kill them all at any cost. I want to spare you from going to war. They fooled me. There were too many of them. The price to pay was too high. Trevor, what have they done to you? No, that's not what matters. You're safe now. It's over. I come for you. Let's go home, brother. Now that's an unexpected turn of events. The Dire One meets his brothers in the pits, and they refuse to fight. Don't worry. We promised you a thrilling spectacle, and you'll get it. Will the reunited brothers stand strong against a common enemy, or will they die together? Honestly, they'll probably die together, but let's see. He picks up his blade and stands between Cecil and the enemy. Trevor, take this. Cecil holds his shield out to Trevor. He hesitates for a moment, not sure if he's allowed to touch shiny metal. But there's no time left to think, so he resolutely takes it. His brother puts his hands together in a prayer behind the gladiator's back, and the goddess seems to have heard this plea even in the depths of the abyss. Iridescent glow begins to emanate for the shield. Yeah, a deal's a deal. The crowd cheers and howls as the brothers stumble out of the arena. They are wounded, covered in blood, both demonic and their own, but joyful smiles light up their face. They look like those two innocent boys who once played in the peaceful groves of Andoran many years ago.
Freedom at long last.
Yeah! Beware, monsters of the abyss! The Vainik brothers are together again! Let me introduce you, Trevor. This is the commander, my trusted leader, and my close friend. I never would have found you without her help.
Commander, then. Thank you for looking after my little brother while I was gone.
Congratulations.
This is all possible because of you.
I'm free. I can't believe I'm finally free.
Who am I to forgive him or not? Only Shaylin and he may judge the weight of the burdens on his heart. I have never had the right to paint myself in the colors of righteousness. We both are just fragile feathers falling from the tails of songbirds, so to speak. That the winds of war carried me here and blew him from his path. That is just an accident of circumstance.
What are you going to do now?
What say you, Trevor? Do we head home? I have the feeling that you've had more than enough of this war already.
Home. No. I have no right to hide at home, knowing that my brother is still bleeding on the battlefield.
Then we will stand together, give each other strength, make the world a better place, and both return home.
Welcome to the crusade, Trevor.
Thank you, Commander.
Yes, brother. We will win this war and then finally go home.
Okay, we're actually going to
The world has suffered enough.
change that for now. What? I'm just pretending I didn't hear what was said. For the sake of all that's involved. I know exactly what I heard. No, I do not care to share. As I said, I'll just pretend that I didn't hear it. What? Didn't hear anything. Must have been an echo. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not ignoring anybody. I would never. I don't even know what you're talking about. I must say, game, you have surprised me yet again. I must say, this was an unexpected turn of events. It, in fact, was. I was so sure that I had all the people in this game. But I was wrong. I did, in fact, not have all the people you can get in this game. It's kind of shocking. You can't slack if this is the first time, you're able to get them. Whatever, I don't really care about what you get, Trevor, because I don't know.
Guide me, friend.
Sure thing. Well, he's like, guide me, friend. Okay, I suppose I'll fucking guide you. Why not? I'll put you on for now. Why is this unidentified? Ember, you're supposed to identify everything.
Trouble?
I'm sure you are, dude.
Together, we stand.
First things first, I want to put this or I might want to put this scimitar in your hands. $23.
I will help where I can.
Yeah, I am shocked. Well, I suppose I should go back and take a look at Trevor. Wow. Already? Nice to meet you, tired person. I'm Tristan. Wow, do you hear that? She doesn't like me anymore, Corey. She doesn't want to meet me anymore. Okay, let's leave. Nope, nope, nope. I've already heard the truth. I've already heard the truth. You can't say it's not the truth. That was what the first thing you said. Night scrub. Solsil is holding a brush and laboring over a painting. He is clearly dissatisfied with the result so far. He cuts and tears the paper into pieces. You notice a wounded knight with a gaunt face wearing dirty, crumpled armor, holding a broken sword in one hand. He leans on a punctured shield with his other. How is Trevor now? I don't know if he's ever going to be the same. Seems unlikely. Sometimes he screams in his sleep. Sometimes he sits for a long time, staring straight ahead at nothing. I pray to the goddess, asking him to ease his suffering, but still, it's him, my brother, alive, albeit wounded in body and soul. Thank you for talking to me, Trevor. Commander, sorry. I still can't get used to being free. I expect enemies around every corner, and I jump at every shadow. Do you remember Marnata? She died fighting the demons. Marnata. My little devil. Let's not speak of her anymore. I'm waging a war against demons. Will you help me win it? Of course. What else is there for me? Why did they call you the Dire One? No, enough. Forget that mindless dog's name forever. My name is Sharvak. Okay? How are you? It's getting easier. I'm getting used to having people around me again. I'm not used to the quiet. How much do you remember about your life before the abyss? It's like a vague dream. Grapes, sun, the smell of sawdust, the church. I was a knight. Who am I now? Can you tell me about Sosul? I failed my little brother. I left him for this stupid word. I betrayed everything we believed in, and I sunk to the very bottom of the abyss. But he never lost faith in me. I don't know how, but he managed to pull me out of there. Well, yeah, he pulled you out of there because I helped him, obviously. We're free now. What do you want to do? I want to go home. Should I send you home? I won't go anywhere alone. If we reach Sosul from service, I'll go home with them. If not, we'll fight on until we win the war. Home will have to wait. Alright, I have to go. Alright, Trevor. Well, I think you might be a valuable member of the party. We'll run around a bit with you. Although I suppose, on second thought, we'll wait to run around with you. I gotta take a gray boar somewhere, so, you know. What? Yeah, Trevor doesn't have a companion quest. Gray boar does. And while I like Gray boar, he has some bad status effects on him, and I just don't feel like curing them at the moment, so. Talk to the mistress of the 10,000 delights. Alex. My favorite guest, welcome to the 10,000 delights. I'm looking for the spinner of nightmares. Do you know her? Yes, I've met her. She was a crazy bitch, but a wildcat between the sheets. She had refuge in the 10,000 Delights, then known as the Den of Sweet Horrors, but she moved to Clarion long ago, leaving her entourage here, a group of drug-addled cultists. When she left the 10,000 Delights, she left them with us for our amusement. If you're trying to track her down, ask them. They may know where she is. I have to go. Sinner. Patron. The patron. Let's call this. Let's call this. What do you want? Do I owe you gold? Who are you? I am ashes caught by a storm, whirling in the wild vortex, a tornado tormenting this universe. I am measured emptiness, and who are you? Well, it doesn't matter. You are neither ashes nor emptiness. We shall never understand each other. Looking for the spinner of nightmares. The spinner of nightmares, we adore her. She's our teacher. She opened our minds to the beauty of madness, brought us here, granted us fear's eternal delight. And then she went away. Where'd she go? Why would she abandon us? It's so sad. But she left us so many presents. They're all in her catch. Or so many are all around here. I don't know what that thing is. It looks like a dried human brain, but it has a plenty sweet horror. You have nothing to talk about.
I finished here. Is there more?
Maybe I did something wrong here?
Oh. Well, that happened.
I'm glad I was useful to you.
One phrase stands out. Sometimes I regret that I can't finish this endless game of cat and mouse with Hilor, but I took away his daughter, and he will stop at nothing in his quest for revenge. Time after time, he finds my trail and tries to catch me. I feel sorry for him. He is a decent man. I'm probably partially to blame. If we could talk, I could probably make peace with him. But he won't listen. Guys. To the upper city. You can't catch who? Oh,
Let's make this quick.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
I will resist!
cover me, all right?
Simply business.
Surrender, or else!
The light, take you!
Prepare yourself.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I can't hear you because of the music. So give me a second.
It's your time to cease.
No,
to
my
exist.
music. Combat started. So I can't. And when combat starts, the music gets really loud.
Into the fray! Hey!
Desna, guide my hand.
Distract them from me.
You're in my way.
I'll hit you!
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Make your peace.
Alright, you should be good to talk to me about it now. Okay.
I finished here. Is there more? I finished here. Is there more? forgive me.
Okay. I said okay.
Who, me? Fine.
This war must end. I can do this.
Please, allow me. I'm trusting you.
Hmm? So that you tisk tisk tisk. So that whore sent another assassin. Well, come closer, you fool. Let me see who I'll be having for dinner today. Yesterday there were two. I crushed them into a single ball of meat. I'm here to see that you never trouble Morbid again. she ordered you to tell me that? The same Morvet who is clingy as mud and won't stop chasing me? Well then, go on attack. You're going to be a number. Well, I lost count long ago. Morvet's chasing you? That's not what she told me. Do you believe everything whores say? Well then you won't live long. So I'm not the first person Morvet's hired. If I had kept the skulls of every one of you, I would have built myself a magnificent palace out of them long ago. I picked that Morvet in the brothel once. She seemed sturdier than the others. I didn't realize my strength could drive even a succubus insane. The wench decided we were meant for each other. Of course, I laughed off that nonsense, but she scraped together some money and now sends assassins after me in revenge. She knows how much it annoys me. You global morons are always interrupting my day, but your bones crunch nicely as I chew them. It must be said, you look smarter than the others, though. Would you like to make a deal? I don't know how much Morvet promised you, but I'll double it. It'll be easy money. You don't even need to kill Morvet. That's impossible inside the brothel anyways. Just give her my enchanted ring. As soon as she takes it, she'll be teleported here. We'll have a little heart-to-heart. The cunning wench went to so much effort to spend one more minute with me, so this will make her dreams come true. Demon bites his finger and smears the ring in a massive... Demon chuckles the whole time, twinkling with mirth as if this is all game. I think you're hiding something. Don't trust a word you hear in the abyss. Not that you have many choices. Either you accept my deal or accept my invitation to dinner as the main course. Give me some time to think what you said over. Think, but be quick. Senses are so indecisive these days. Maybe Morvet's charms aren't what they used to be. Alright, so now I guess
A trivial request.
we're gonna climb up here. We'll go to the 10,000 Delights. See if I can talk. Honestly, the perception check that I passed, I think he's lying, so...
I'm the best.
Yeah, for the most part you really are, bud. Lights. Oh, you know what? That's right.
I'm prepared.
I forgot.
Always watch your back.
Fine, we have a deal. After you give her a ring, return here for your reward. We'll wait for you here, more than I, or rather, what remains of her.
My skills were not enough.
Careful now.
A fruitless endeavor.
I will not be trifled with.
A fruitless endeavor.
Are you fucking kidding me? My dude, are you that inept?
No reason to pause.
Let's see, are you gonna fail again?
Skills were not enough.
Oh my goodness, apparently I'll have to reload the game because you're just being fucking
Rely
inept
on-
today.
Lead on.
Oh my goodness, that's not what I fucking meant.
I will help where I can. Lead on.
Stay on your toes.
A trivial request. I'm the best.
Always watch your back.
I'm not sure I would say that, dude.
Everything has a price. You call? I do things my way. Careful now. That's easy. Precisely. I will not be
I'm
trifled
glad I
with.
was useful to you.
Always watch your back.
Please forgive me.
Mm-hmm. Morva is sitting on the roof next to Zacchaeus, alive and well. Giving her your ring, that was a stroke of genius. I thought I'd have to flee through the back alleys like last time. Then she came in. I was sure I was about to die. It was so exhilarating. Oh, Xerix. Yeah, honeyed tongue. I noticed you were especially fast tonight. We had an interesting assassin this time, hey? And here she comes. Come here, sweetheart. We'll give you a generous reward. Come on, don't be shy. We're not going to hurt you. We're pleased with you. You played the game well. I don't understand who we're working for, but we definitely need to kill someone. For the way this conversation is going, we need to kill both of them. I did everything else, so which one is going to pay me? Tonight, I'm paying you for both of us. You've managed to entertain me, as well as my Mormon. Why should I pay you? We agreed you'd kill Zacchaeus, but he's alive, as you can see. By the way, if you talk to the madam, we can meet again. Charge you half the usual price. Thanks, but no.
I always have the upper hand.
A fool's endeavor.
Oh my goodness. Alright, dude, I see that you're
The odds are
struggling
against us.
with your life choices.
Practice makes
Let's just
perfect.
make sure. Are you the highest mobility character I have? No. Why the fuck are you even doing it then, Greybor?
The struggles never
My
cease.
skills fair enough.
Well, he's not. He's making me mad. I clearly want the person who has the highest mobility on the team to fucking do it.
Came prepared. I've embarrassed myself. I'm trusting you.
There is no way she is failing this.
I'm the best.
She has a 32 movement. She only needed to roll a 9.
A trivial request.
Check your phone.
Rely on me.
Because, or more accurately, check your Facebook Messenger. Why? Because I said
Stay
so.
on
That's
your
why.
toes. Careful now.
I don't even know where this portal goes. I knew I should have fucking saved.